What's up? This is the Crossman Legacy 1000 review. .177 caliber, and let's just try to kind of get into the video. I'm not gonna do anything too specific on the gun's composition or makeup, but I'll try to give you a lot of good tips for it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I will actually go into the the mechanics of it. First thing I do want to go over that's a little weird, but not so weird, is its firing system, or I mean its loading system. So let's get something where I can catch all of those excess BBs because we know they're gonna fall. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I swear I'll be back. I'm prepared for the video. 1 second, guys. I'm coming. I just need a bowl or something. I got my bowl. Shit. All right, so I got my bowl. All right, I got my gun. All right, so this gun is really weird. All right, so I had, what do you call it? Oh, this thing's fucking loaded like 8 pumps too. Whatever. All right, so anyway, this gun, I bought it for 50 bucks. I went to Walmart the other day, and they were selling it for 118. So I have no fucking idea what they were doing, but supposedly this gun has way more value now than it did before. But let's kind of go over everything that you need to know. First thing you need to know that's going to confuse you at first is how to load the fucking thing. So, let me show you how to load it. Right at the butt is like this little thing. You just unlatch it like this. Pull it forward. See, it kind of pulls back. And it pulls forward. You got a little hole there. Now this thing, I really like it because it holds 200 BBs, which is a lot of fucking BBs for all the gun to hold. Because a lot of, I mean, usually it's around like 50 BBs or whatever that a gun will hold. This one holds 200. And I mean, if you have I'm getting a funnel is the best way to load these things, obviously. But I just kind of like do it like this and sweep up all the rest later. Yeah, so they're all over the floor now. Anyway, you can do whatever way you want, but the hole's in there. You load it. Another cool thing, or weird thing about this gun, that it holds around 200 to 300 BBs. I mean, you could probably fit even more. It says 200 max, but you can probably fit more. It has this like little chamber in the back. Let's see, I'll show you. See this little this thing right here? This like line. There's a line. You gotta pull this thing back, okay? And then it has like a magazine. Yeah, it's pretty much a magazine. And you gotta and like this really pissed me off at first, but now I just find it funny because like the way you load, you gotta load it like an Indian. You go, hi-ya, 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 hi-ya. And then you load it, and then you got, see now, if you could see it, there we go. The chamber is filled. See the magazine? Now it's filled. That's how it works. And once the chamber is out, you gotta do it again. All right. So anyway, now that you have your chamber filled, safety on and off. The way you load it is here. Let me expel this bullet safely because this thing has 8 pumps right now. I don't even know where to fucking shoot it. Where am I going to shoot this freaking gun right here? I'm going to shoot it somewhere because I got to shoot it loaded in. Hold on. Ah, it wasn't even... Alright, anyway, so this is how you load it. So this gun is not for the faint of heart. Because the loading system actually takes a good amount of pressure. So there's like a little cock right here. Cock it back. And then you load the BB. So if I put that closer. Right now it actually has 2 in it. And I want to go over that later. So you have to cock this thing back and then push it forward. And now it's loaded. This thing may have 8 pumps. So I just want to discharge it really quick. Because I want to show you with a lower velocity pump first. Alright, it doesn't. I loaded 2 again by accident. Okay, so that's what you load it, and the minimum amount of times you want to be cocking this thing is 3 times. So you got 1, 2, 3. Pretty simple, right? Pretty basic stuff right there. And then you shoot. Nothing to it but to do it, right? Anyway, so it has one of these like LED type things. I find this gun to be pretty accurate. I mean, the Daisy Rider, it's like 35 bucks. It's comparable. Now, the reason why I like this gun so much is because I like hunting birds. And hitting them with one BB can be really hard because BBs take like a weird fucking trajectory sometimes, and it's hard to predict them accurately. Across like a certain extent, you can predict them no problem, but from a range, like if you're shooting from like some 30 yards away, like that BB is just not gonna head straight every time. And there's nothing. It doesn't matter how good of a shot you are. It's just gonna, you know, it's gonna steer off to the left or steer off to the right or steer down depending on the windage. But what this gun offers, which is really cool, is this. Let me go up close so I can show you. So the trigger, the little crank. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. I'm not a marksman. All right, so you pull it back. I remember this one, if you have a problem, like you don't have a lot of finger strength, I wouldn't recommend getting this gun because this thing is really fucking hard to pull back, and pumping this thing takes a lot of muscle and it takes a lot of energy to do it. Like I enjoy doing it because I consider it a workout. It's not a very relaxing gun to be shooting over and over and over again. If you're looking for a gun like that, I would get the Daisy, like the 350 feet per second. It's just like a cock one time and that shit's loaded and it's good to go. But this thing packs a little bit more power and goes a little faster, especially when you start using alloy BBs. That's the ones that go 1,000 feet per second. The other BBs that you get, like the Crossman Premier Pointed, those will go around 800 to 900 feet per second. So anyway, yeah, so as I was saying, so like you can see it. So it goes back and it grabs one BB with a little magnet, right? So you see the BB right there. Now watch this. So I like hunting birds, right? It's not accurate, so pull back one more time, and then there's 2. So this thing, I would say it's very, you know, you gotta have some type of strength to like be able to pull this thing back over and over and over again. And but it comes in handy if you want to shoot at something and have a bigger dispersion, like a shotgun almost, but it's like just 2 BBs. And it's the same thing. You just load the 2. By the way, 2 is the max. If you load 3, the magnet isn't strong enough, and the 3rd BB will just fall right out of the barrel. I mean, I'm sure if you load 3 and like hold it like this, it'll stay in there. But it just affects 3 is just way too much. Trust me, it doesn't work out very well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You pump it up and you fucking shoot it. There is one thing I want to show you to make this video really cool. So let me expel these 2 and I'll expel them on the box. I'll just shoot the box. Fuck it. And I'll show you the little entry holes or whatever. So from this distance, it really didn't disperse as much, but when you're shooting a lot farther, the BBs will start to go like this, right? They'll start to, you know. But from that distance, maybe like what was it, like 4 or 5 feet, it's just a bigger hole. But anything is actually like kind of went through the same thing, but it does pack more of a punch. It's more of a, you know, it does have more of a hit to it. And you'll hear the difference when you're shooting at things, so especially plastic. If you shoot at plastic with it, you'll hear the difference right away. And sometimes you'll hear the but, alright, one cool thing with these BB guns, let me just me just get my thing. Alright, so I got my shish kebab, right? Now you want to do the same thing as before. Now you got to trick the gun here, or else it won't fire. Load it, just like you load another one. And now that you pulled it back, that crank back, the gun, it thinks that it's loaded. Let's just, there's a reason why it's going to do it, but let's just say the gun thinks it's loaded. And with the shish kebab that you have, you want to take out the bullets. Let's take out that one. Sometimes it's hard to take out because that fucking magnet. Hold on. Oh, a second here. I'm going to get this freaking thing out. Where the hell? Alright, so I got the bullets out. See? Cartridge is empty. Shut it. And now with your shish kebab, you're going to put it into your BB gun. Yeah, I just dropped it right into the fucking BB gun. Now, let me show you what this will do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be good. Alright, by the way, I've shot these shish kebabs into pork, and pork, like an actual like pig, and they've gone around 2 to 3 inches, so it could be pretty fucking lethal. This shish kebab will shoot from it and pierce and stab, whatever it does. And if you don't know, pork is almost identically similar to human skin and fat and tissue and stuff. So if it's shooting through pork, this will fucking shoot through a human. So I would be very careful. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. So I've got my trusty old box. And we got the gun loaded. Safety's up. Alright, let's do this shit. And as you can see, it is now stabbed through this thing. Alright, that's the end of the video, guys. That's the Legacy 1000. Well, I think of it, it's a good gun. Just, you know, just be, it's a very hard gun to load. So, you know, it's not for the faint of heart. You gotta be okay with doing some manual labor to get the thing going. And when you're shooting at like a bird or something, and it's like, and you know, like these fucking birds like are just like, you got like only a few seconds, because where I go hunting, there's like no fucking birds there. If you see one, you gotta be ready, and you gotta, like, the most amount of shots you can even take off is maybe about 3, because they're smart. They'll just fucking fly away really quick. So like, it's hard to, like, you know, you gotta pump the fucking thing. Alright, end of the video.